Welcome back, class. Today I have idea to teach you three different activities, and from these activities you can learn how to speak, how to pronunciate, how to make you better about speaking English. So we will discuss three activities. First activity, the number one activity, is about when a student visits to a shop like stationery shop or bookshop, which is called stationery shop or bookshop. And the second activity is when someone purchases vegetable from a vegetable shop. And the third one is when two friends meet in a playground, and they are having a discussion about uh, their liking, like playing. So in this way you can learn better, you can make improvement in your speaking power. So you should keep in touch with us, keep in contact with us, and always, all the time, uh, keep on commenting us, and we will try to answer you. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to the others also. So let's start from our first activity, which is, as I told you, when a student visits to a shop, to a bookshop, and how does he talk there? When he reaches at shop, he says, "How are you?" The customer or the student says, "How are you?" The shopkeeper replies, "I'm fine, thank you." And the shopkeeper says, "What's about you?" The student replies, "I'm fine, thank you." You also repeat with me. You also try to say with me. The student replies, "I'm fine, thank you." Then the shopkeeper says, "How can I help you?" How can I help you? Student says that I need some stationery like a fountain pen, few notebooks, and a book of English also. Do you have? The shopkeeper replies, "I have all kind of fountain pen and other pens like a board marker, fountain pen, ball pen, all kinds of pen I have in my shop. And same, I have all kinds of notebook. Which kind of notebook do you need?" And the student says, "I need two English notebook and a fountain pen, and also I need an ink pot. Ink pot also I need." The shopkeeper replies, "These are all things for you. Try to say with me." The shopkeeper says, "I have all these things for you." And the customer or student says, "Thank you very much." So what is the total amount of these things, or these are commodities? The shopkeeper says the total amount in Pakistani rupees, it's 250. So the student gives money to the shopkeeper, and he says, "Thank you." And student says, "Welcome." And the shopkeeper says, "Please come again, please come again." So this was the activity when a student visits or goes to a shop, to a bookshop or a stationery shop, and where he talks to a bookseller. So you also try to learn these things, and as I practiced these things, you also try to say with me and try to make pause while you are practicing. Try to make pause and try to stop the video, then listen, then try to speak, then try to pronunciate, then go further. So in this way you can learn better English. So our next activity is when a person buys or purchase buys or purchases vegetable from a vegetable shop. He or she goes there and says, "How are you?" The shopkeeper replies, "I'm fine, thank you. And what about you?" The customer says, "I'm fine, thank you." Shopkeeper says, "How can I serve you?" Shopkeeper says, "Try to say with me, how can I serve you?" Some people also requested me to say slowly. Therefore, I'm saying to you slowly that how can I serve you? How can I serve you? How can I serve you? The shopkeeper says, "How can I serve you?" The purchaser says, "I need vegetables like potatoes, brinjals, spinach, chili, onion. These things I need." The shopkeeper says, "I have all kinds of vegetables, like you said, potatoes, brinjals, spinach, peas, onion, garlic, all kinds of things I have, even mint also." The purchaser says, "It's good that you have all kinds of vegetables. Please give me 1 kg of potatoes and 1 kg of brinjal, along with 1 kg of spinach and half kg of peas." The shopkeeper waits all these things, and then the purchaser asks him what are the total amount. What are the total amount of vegetables? The shopkeeper says the total amount is 500. 500 rupees. He says the total amount is 500 rupees. The purchaser pays him the total amount or pays him the bill. Say with me, pays him the bill, and says and also says thank you to shopkeeper. And the shopkeeper says, "Welcome and please come again." So in this activity we learn when a person visit to a vegetable shop and he or she sees their vegetables and asks the seller to give him or her as many kinds of vegetables as he or she needs. So this is our second activity. In second activity we learn when a person visits to a shop of vegetables. So next activity is based on two friends who meet in a playground, and how do they celebrate their enjoyment over in the playground. The two friends who are in the playground and having a talk to each other. The first friend says, "Hello, how are you?" The second says, "I'm fine." First says, "Good to see you." Second says, "Thank you." And the first says, "We are here to play a cricket match with another color." The other friend says, "Good, it's a nice. I'm also want to join with you. I'm also want to play with you." Or he can also say, "I also want to play from your side," or "I also want to play in your team." The first friend replies, "That's a nice, good." Then the first friend talks about the team. He says, "We have a very good combination." He said that we have a very good combination of uh, players, like we have 6 batters and 1 wicket keeper and 4 regular bowlers. Three among of 4, we have 2 regular fast bowlers, 2 spinners. One of them is leg spinner and the other is off spinners. And the first, as I talked to you about first spinner, there was a leggy. He can also call a wrist spinner. And as I told you that I have, or in our team we have 6 batters and five regular batters, and one of them is an all-rounder. And all-rounder, he can bowl also, and he can bowl fast also. So other friend says, "I'm happy, and I'm also a batter. You know," he says to his first friend, "that you know that I'm a good left-handed batter." He says to his friend that I'm a left-handed batter. You know. First friend says, "I know, and I say you to please join my team." Then they go further and see the ground, and the first friend says, "Here's the pitch." And the second friend says him, "Please tell me more thing about the pitch." The first friend says, the pitch is real helpful. I think it's a real helpful for the pacers, for the fast bowlers, pacers or the fast bowlers. And on the other hand, it will be helpful for the spinners also. It will be helpful for the spinners also. And second says, I think it will be helpful for the batters also. There's also something for the batters. If a batter stays on the wicket till long, he said, if a batter stays on the wicket till long and waits for the loose delivery and then hits the ball around, and then he hits the ball around, uh, and in this way he can score better. He can score more. And if he stays on the wicket, if he waits for the loose delivery, then he plays according to the merit or according to the ball. So this pitch can be real helpful for the batter also. So in this way, the first friend, who is also the captain of the team, says, what will be the role of the task? The task, he said, the task can play a vital role. He said, if we win the task, and then we will decide to bat first. He says, if we will win the toss, then we will decide to bat. So in this way, their conversation is going towards, and he further also says that we will, after choosing the bat, after electing the bat, we will try to score as much as possible, like we will try to score 160 or 70 in allotted 20 overs, and according to our bowling, this total will be enough. He says that we will try to maximize or to score at least 160, 170 in allotted 20 overs, and as we have a good batter and also we have a good bowling side, in this way they talk to each other and says, let's go towards pavilion. Let's go towards pavilion. So guys, that is the third activity as we discussed. First activity we discussed was about when a student visits to a shop or a bookshop or a stationery shop. The second activity was based on like when a person visits to a shop, when a person visits to a vegetable shop. And third activity was about two friends who are a cricketer and meet to each other in a playground and discuss about their team and the pitch and match also. So try to comment me how much you have learned, how much you have practiced, how much you have practiced. Try to comment me, try to say with me, try to imitate me, try to practice with me, and enjoy my channel and enjoy yourself also. And as I told you, try to practice in front of the mirror with your friends, with your classmates, with your relatives also. And in this way, you can enhance your knowledge. So stay blessed. Have a good day. Goodbye.